So first and foremost, as always, I like to welcome everybody to these webinar presentations. On behalf of Tickblaze, my name is Sean Kozak. I am the CEO of the company, and I like to come in here and do these launch webinars strategically because I spend a lot of time in the product and the development side of the business, working with innovation, building out R&D, and defining alpha with a lot of our strategies, okay? Now, the key about all of this is finding alpha. And I think a lot of times as we go through these presentations and we go through these webinars, traders, including ourselves, we lose sight of what the most important aspect of these events need to be. These events need to be on providing you unprecedented opportunity for finding strategies with strong alpha, right? What does that mean? There's a very big difference between a strategy and a very good strategy. And I think what happens is a lot of traders get overwhelmed by presentations, YouTube videos, webinars, etc. And we lose sight of what's really about probabilities and the efficiency of really good systems. So what I'd like to do today is I'd like to do this in kind of a two-part process. I want to talk about the Springboard Algo, which I think is actually one of the most powerful price action systems we've ever developed over the last 5 years. And I'll talk about why and how this effectively works for prop traders specifically. And then I want to talk a little bit about probability analysis. The key here about probability analysis is we really need to understand our job as a trader and how the time in the market affects our ability to be exceptionally profitable long term. We have a lot of statistics working with prop firms on the Tickblaze side and having a lot of relationships to traders in the prop industry, especially having our own prop firm and what we get to chance to actually see on the data. And there's a lot of like one-hit wonders, right? A lot of traders come in, they trade a strategy for a bit, maybe they do well, and then all of a sudden it just stops, right? And there's a reason for that, right? There's a reason why traders do good for short periods of time, and then it all just goes out the window, right? How many of you guys can relate with that? Like you guys have had strings of success and then all of a sudden shit hits the fan and it's just like, okay, well, this isn't working anymore, right? Can you guys just give me a yes in here if that's kind of where you're at? Anybody here relate with that? Right? This isn't some just conversation. Like this is like, if you're here to actually change what you're doing, I promise you, it's good to be honest, right? It's important, right? Well, and there's a reason for it, right? It has a lot to do with just what you're trying to obtain out of the market. Okay. Now, today's presentation is on the Springboard Algo. And the Springboard Algo is designed to be a complete system, not like okay system periodically or okay, this is a great algo with a great back test. This is a strategy that encapsulates a lot of different types of traders. This allows us to fade short reversals. It allows us to trade capitulations. This allows us to trade pullbacks, flags, and it allows us to trade really big reversals in the direction of trend. And it all has to do with just like if we were to chalk up price action algos, this would be in the top 2 that I've ever seen. Why? Because of what it's designed to do. And, we've got tests on some of the markets that go back months of profitable trading because the strategy doesn't involve indicators. It's pure price. And it has a lot to do with just understanding the power of price without having to be, sucked into the indicator realm. Okay, and we're going to talk about that today. So we're going to talk about reversals. We're going to talk about capitulations. I'm going to show you how to use them in the context of a trend or by themselves as a standalone. This can be used as a trend trading system. This can be used as a reversal system all together. And we're going to go over this today. I just want to lead with this because I think a lot of traders struggle with market context, and a lot of traders struggle with the ability to trade different markets, dynamic markets, right? In a trend, in an oscillating environment, like I just think that traders get stuck sometimes in trending markets. They will trade well, and then all of a sudden they go into an oscillating market and they can't figure out what's going on, and vice versa, right? So what we're going to do today is we're going to solve that problem across the entire presentation. Okay. Now, because we're covering stats and because we're going into this, I do need to cover a disclaimer because everybody please type a Y in the chat box. Just make sure that you understand that there is risks. I'm not here to guarantee anything. Past performance never guarantees future results, and all that stuff in between. Yeah. Great. Thank you. So I want to cater today's presentation to prop firm traders. Why? Because not all systems are designed for prop firms. That's just God's honest truth. Like, not all systems are designed for traders trading prop firms. And what I want to do is I'm going to explain why. I know why, because I've been through the journey of a trader. But as a prop firm, a lot of traders want to put blame on the wrong area. And it really is about performance. Like, if you're going to be a trader, it really boils down to how much money can I make doing what I'm doing, right? It doesn't necessarily need to be your own trading account. Maybe you are trading your own account and you want to scale your own profits. Power to you. If you're trading your own capital and you're trading your own, dineros, then that's great. If you're trading for a prop firm, which a large part of the audience is, there's levels to this game, right? And there's levels to this game about, like, just get first before you even can start to scale, or even just getting through and actually getting to a payout account and then consistently getting payouts. What I'm realizing and what I'm seeing is that a lot of traders still don't have profitable strategies, or they're just still not able to make profitability work for them. And I actually think that there's a reason for it, and we're going to talk about this. This isn't going to be some presentation around, oh, look at this next strategy and it's the best in the world. And no, no, no. This is a strategy that I believe everybody, and I mean everybody, can relate with, because it makes logical sense. And a lot of strategies don't. A lot of strategies don't make a lot of money because they don't really make a lot of logical sense. They don't last because they don't make a logical sense. They don't work in all conditions because they're not logical systems. And what we're going to do today is we're going to remove that barrier that maybe some of you are having with regards to either picking the right strategy or believing in that strategy. Okay, because if you don't believe in it, you're not going to use it. And if you don't think that it's easy or replicatable, like if you think it's complicated, you're not going to want to trade it, right? So what I want to do today is I want to talk about a few things, in that this is easy. Okay, the Springboard Algo is easy. Okay, so that is something that I think is very important. Okay, it's constant. So what does that mean? It happens in all markets, oscillating markets or trending markets. That is really, really, really important. Okay. It works on all markets. Okay. That is important. It works on any market you apply this to. So whether you're trading crude or gold or the Russell or the S&P or the Nat, it doesn't matter. It's going to work on any market. Okay. It's designed for both reversals and trends, or both. So you're not going to find yourself, well, I don't do that. This system literally hits the mark on every single trader, okay? Which really makes it a business. And you can't say that all strategies can provide adequate business, because they're not equipped to provide adequate business, right? And so if you're somebody that wants to build a business as a financial trader and actually have the ability to trade for prop firms, this system is going to be an answer that I think many traders have been looking for a long time. Okay. Now it's all in how we trade the system, which we're going to get into here, and we're going to talk about that today. Okay. So the reason we decide to automate these strategies, this strategy has been traded manually for, I think, since the inception of the financial markets. It's just most traders don't really understand that. How many of you guys have ever heard of a bull flag or a bear flag before? Yes or no? Okay, bull flags and bear flags, yes. Okay, these are patterns. Okay, so what happens is that certain patterns happen in a trend, right? How many of you guys have heard of, like, breaking the highs and lows of price action? Like when I take out the high or I take out the low. These are ways in which traders trade manually, structure, right? The thing is that you're going to be pressed to do this in a manual state and be able to maintain the consistency, because You can't monitor the markets with the speed. You can't execute with the precision. You can't execute with the accuracy. Automation allows for that. And I'm here to just tell you right now, 10 times out of 1, algo traders are more profitable than manual traders, period. I just know this. I know the stats on it. I understand it. I see it. Algo trading is the best thing you could ever learn to do and learn how to set up once you understand the strategy that you're trading. There's a reason why Wall Street and institutions have billions of dollars under quant funds, because quants and algorithmic trading will always outperform manual traders, period. Now, that's not a bias. That's not a Sean's opinion. That's just fact. So why would we automate? Because it can fix all the problems that you're having. But the problem is you don't want to just automate any system. You don't want to just automate any concept. That's a losing business model. And so why are we automating this strategy? Because it really, really made sense to do so. And it allows you to build a business for both trending and oscillating markets. So you can structure this in a way where you can trade capitulations without missing them. If you're taking a trade, I'll give you an example, okay? And if you're watching, let's say, I don't know, 4 markets, okay? And this market's doing whatever it's doing, and this market's doing whatever it's doing, and this market's doing whatever it's doing, and this market's doing this. And you're trying to process all 4 of those markets simultaneously. Some of you are just trading one market, but a lot of traders are trading multiple markets. And how can you possibly capture the reversals here, capture the reversal here, capture the trend here, capture the trend here, and do it accurately without mucking it up? You can't. And sometimes you're just trading one market and the market's doing this, and you're trying to take a reversal, and then all of a sudden you miss it. You're like, well, I missed it. Like, God, I missed it. I didn't have my order in the right place. I didn't have my pending limit order in the right structure or whatever. And you miss trades because of human error, not because you're stupid, not because you're incompetent. You're just not able to get everything all the time. And so it's not emotions that cause traders to screw up. Emotions just add gasoline to the fire. The fire is already there, right? Like, those mistakes are going to happen. And what we're going to do is we're going to fix all of the mistakes. So this is a mistake that traders make. 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 This is just human error, right? This is a mistake. This is a mistake. And this is the big kahuna, data. Okay. So if automation can fix a lot of the mistakes, and then we really get into the data, it all has to do with belief. How many of you guys right now are still feeling like you're second guessing your strategies? Like, you don't actually believe in what you're doing? Like, give me a yes if you really like truly. If I gave you $1,000, just tell me the truth. Do you truly believe in your strategy through and through, that you would bet your life on it? You would bet your mortgage on it? You would, like, how many of you guys would actually sit there and say, I got this 100%, I believe in this? Give me a yes. Give me a yes if you do. If you don't, just type a no. Just type a no if you're not 150% sold on what you're doing. Type an N. Be honest with me. That's the first honest submission to yourself that you guys can get this. Okay. Now, I know why you don't, because you don't have enough data to support what you're actually needing psychologically. You don't have enough data that you've been able to produce as a trader to prove to yourself that you can absolutely put all in on what you're doing. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to use computers to fix the human component to the problem. Then we're going to use data to build belief in what we're doing. Why? Because I still don't know to the life of me why any trader would want to ever trade a strategy, even for a prop firm, without having adequate data to support them wanting to buy the evals or buy the products or even put capital into the market. Everybody thinks going for a prop firm is the next best answer. But if you add up all the traders that buy accounts and fail the accounts, take a payout, then fail it, then they got to rebuy it, it ends up becoming more expensive than funding your own damn trading account and just trading that. So many traders spend so much money buying prop accounts, and they don't even do the analysis that it actually costs them more to be a prop trader than just funding their own trading account and trading small size, because they're still not trading a strategy that is backed by data and they actually trust. How many of you guys have failed prop firm accounts across any firm in the industry? Yes or no? How many of you guys have failed prop accounts? You guys with me, guys? Yes, yes. And you guys drinking the Kool-Aid? Who's drinking the tequila here? You guys still with me? Come on, guys. This is for you. I'm a profitable trader. I don't need to sit there and convince myself, right? I'm here to tell you straight. Like, everybody in here has failed prop firm accounts, period. If you haven't, you're gifted. Okay. Now, why? Because that's just part of trading. But why would you want to keep doing that? Data is going to fix that problem. Okay. So we're here to let the machines do the work, because they're going to make you more money. They're going to help you. It's not a matter of, oh, I can't do things. It's a matter of, why would I want to if I don't have to? It doesn't make good sense. Okay. So automation is the future if you're willing to adapt to it. That doesn't mean you have to give up manual trading. It just means that automation can basically be the backbone to change in your business. And I'm here to show you data that's going to support that thesis. So this is a strategy. Can you look at this chart and just tell me if you can identify what it's doing? Like, 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 I bet you right now that nobody in here can tell me the logic behind this strategy. Just by looking at this chart, it's going to be difficult. There's 4 different trades, right? Can anybody in here point out what the rule to the entry is? Anybody? It's okay if you can't. That's the whole point. It's going to be next to impossible to see it, because you're not going to be able to peg price action to a systematic trading environment. It's not engulfing. It has nothing to do with engulfing candles. Yeah, there is not an engulfing candle at all. Yeah. In fact, if you look at the first entry, that's not an engulfing pattern. So that's not an engulfing candle. Okay. Okay. But can you tell, like, how many of you guys would like to take those trades? Those trades are good trades. Now let me ask you a question here. What do you see that's common across those trades? Nope, not structure break. No volume here. No, not using volume. No candle close. No, that's the thing. Everybody here's giving me answers, but nobody's got the right answer. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. They're all winners. There's a good win sharpshooter. Yeah, they all winners. Yeah, that's irrelevant, but touche, right? What I will tell you is that they're all like, what do you see that is common across all of them? Okay, Phil's got reversion. Okay, so a little bit of reversion. Okay, technically a little bit. Yeah, doji. No, no, not doji. What's all? What is that? What is that? What is, there we go. Time in the market. Time in the market. So I'm here to hopefully reach a few of you. It's hard to get through to everybody, but I'm going to try today. If I'm here to tell you the biggest lesson I've learned in 15 years, scalping in terms of not number of trades, time in the market will always make better traders than those who want to be ego-based traders. Now I'm gonna share an example, okay, for you. Okay, I'm gonna show an example here. Give me a second. Give me a second here. I'm gonna pull this up. Give me a second here. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a little picture here, because this is gonna be worth $1 million. I'm gonna draw a little. There's the floor. I'm here. This is me. I'm happy. I got a ball. That's my hand. Okay, and that's a terrible hand. Let's just go back and draw it out. Okay, and I'm just going to show you an example of this. So I'm going to drop a ball. Okay. And this ball is going to hit the ground. Okay. And you guys have heard of the laws of the universe before: the law of lift, the law of velocity, the law of gravity, the law of vibration, the law of attraction. How many of you guys would agree that there's fundamental laws of physics in this universe that cannot be defined by human explanations? They are what they are. You guys agree with me on this? Gravity is gravity, right? If I drop something from 5 feet above, it's going to hit the ground, guaranteed. Would we all agree? Would we all agree on that? Okay. So if I drop a ball and it hits the ground, what can we guarantee will happen? There's two things. The first thing is that the ball is going to drop. The ball is going to drop. It's going to hit the ground. The second thing is that it's going to have a reaction, right? It's going to bounce. There we go. Everybody's saying it's going to bounce. So is it safe to say that the ball maybe would bounce just a little bit? Maybe it's going to bounce here, right? We know for a fact that it's going to always bounce right here, literally, right? So if I drop the ball and the ball hits the ground, there'll be a little bit of a bounce off that ground, right? That we know. There'll be a little bit of a reaction, okay? The question is that do you know if the ball is going to go over here, 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 or here? Do you know which direction it's going? No, nobody does. Nobody does. This is, how do I explain this? This is the financial markets. When you build a business around a probability, there's like a 90% probability that you're going to get a reaction, right? Without even having to be smart. You don't have to be somebody that's going to predict the market. You don't have to have an opinion. You don't have to have I know where the market's going to go. You don't have to worry about, is it going to keep going? Is it going to hit T1, T2, T3, all that shit that we tell ourselves as a trader. What if you could just build your business around the reaction, which means no matter what happens, you don't care what the market does. You don't care where the ball goes, because all we're doing is we're going to build a business that every time the opportunity gives me a bounce, I have an extremely high probability of maintaining expectancy of taking a profit without having to worry about reinventing gravity. Because what happens in trading is that everybody wants to reinvent the laws of the universe, because we all have an ego and we all think that we know what the market's going to do and this indicator is going to do that and this. Well, let me tell you, after 15 years, that is all bullshit. What isn't bullshit is very, very, very high probability signals that get you in and out of the market for very, very small pieces of profit. And it does so at a very, very high degree of accuracy. And it does so consistently like clockwork. Now, if you could build your business on being in the market for very short periods of time, which means your risk and exposure is dropped drastically, and you only need to take the highest probability trades, and they happen every single day. This can be done on a 1 minute, a 5 minute, a 15 minute, a 60 minute. When the trade happens, it happens. In and out for quick scalps, which means if you're trading a trailing drawdown or an end of day drawdown, it means nothing. And you just take great trades. Wouldn't that make your life a lot easier? You don't need to worry if the market's going to trend. You don't need to worry if the market's going to give you a range, because you're waiting for a specific price action pattern to happen. And when it happens, you exploit a very small piece out of the market, and that very small piece pays you strategically, and therefore you just stop having to force you being great. That's called systematic trading. That's what quants do. And I'm here to tell you that this system can do that with a very, very high degree of accuracy. Okay. And there's going to be different ways in which we can trade this system because that's what this system is designed to do. Now, sure, you could trade these large runners and you could have this huge trend, but now you're trying to predict where the ball is going to go. And I can promise you that you'll never, ever get out of struggling as a trader trying to do that. It's not going to happen. There's evidence that supports the opposite, that the larger you try to do that, the worse it gets for you. Okay. So how many of you guys would like to learn how to take this system and do this? Because your scalping business can change today. Your business for prop trading can change today. And you can literally change the way in which you trade for the rest of your lives. This is a game changer for you to change your belief system and understanding how to actually trade properly. And that's what this strategy is going to do. Okay. So when we take the strategies, we take the signal. So what we do with the algo engine, this is a part of the Tickblaze advantage with algos that we build, is that we focus on the signal. The signal is about 20% of what we do. The pattern is the signal. The entry is the signal. And then what we do is we plug it into all of these different algo engine testing frameworks, and we run the strategy through different aspects of the actual engine. Now, why do we do this? Because if all we did was focus on this, everything would go to shit in a handbasket. Like it would just all fall apart. Why? Because that's what everybody in the world does. Everybody in the world just focuses on the setup. But there's so much more to strategy trading than the setup. The entry, how many contracts are you doing, the sizing, how your stop loss is placed, what is your targets, your time, when are you trading the strategy, money management, are you adding any filters, are you using trend filters, are you using price filters, momentum filters, etc. So what we do is we take the signal and then we run it through a rigorous testing process to find the best data and the best time frame and the best days and the best time of days and the best stop and target placement, so that when we build templates for these events, we can give you the best templates that we've built that have taken weeks and weeks of proper testing. That is an advantage that nobody else gets. This is something that is what our business model is. Like one of the reasons why we're one of the most successful app and algo developers in the industry is because we invest heavily on R&D and the testing process to be able to produce positive alpha. And it really just boils down to the type of strategy. What's really nice is that this type of strategy, this way of trading, is actually really fun to prove and test because it's efficient. It's exceptionally efficient. Like the way that the strategy works is super efficient. Now, the way that this engine works is that it's just done through drop-down user interface. Tomorrow, we're going to basically show everybody how to optimize and test this strategy. But for those of you that would like to just use the templates that we've already built, we've already pre-built profitable templates. We've already pre-built templates on 1-minute timeframes, 5-minute timeframes, on the S&P, on the NASDAQ, on the Russell, on gold. This system works on every time frame in every single market. That is a very hard thing to produce. You can't produce that on a lot of indicator-based systems. You can produce that on price action systems. And I really, 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 really think that if you're going to really change the way in which you trade, the algo engine is your best friend. And the nice thing is that our team has already done all the heavy lifting. Tomorrow, we'll show you how to use this if you're interested in testing your own strategies or actually building out this system and actually doing more optimizations. But it's not necessary. You could literally take this and just start running with it. You could literally trade it and start running with it without having to go through all of that. Okay. Now, take a screenshot of this. This is just some of the features. We're not going to go into the bells and whistles of this because this is really essentially just a list of all the stuff that comes with the Springboard Algo. You can take a print screen or take a screenshot. We're going to get into all this in the demo. We're going to get into this on the video. and then tomorrow in the AMA. But this is just a nice summary of all the stuff that actually comes inside of the algo over and above just the signals. But we'll go into that in the AMA as we get through the event. Okay. So here's an example of the algo firing off. What you're going to find is that the stop loss placement is not the same for every single setup. And there's a reason for it. We have volatility based stops built into the market. And the reason that's important is because depending on the volatility of the market, your entry and your stop and your target need to be adaptive to the pattern. Not all patterns are created equally. So when you get a reversal and price action is very small and quiet and tiny, you don't need to have really big and large stops and targets. If you have a market that's really screaming and the market's ripping and snipping and you're just volatile, you need to adapt. And our system does that automatically for you. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. Here's another example of a long and a short. Now you look at this and you say, okay, well, wait a second. Like you're going long and then you're going short. Isn't that you have one trend trade and then you have one reversal trade, but they're back to back? Yes, absolutely. You can take trades with direction. You can take trades against direction using the system because it all has to do with pattern recognition, has to do with the way the prices are breaking the highs and lows, consecutive bar placement. Everything is built into the price action of this system. And that's why I think this strategy can be used universally for every trader because it'll fit into the category of a universal strategy that is for trend traders and reversal traders. Let's go to another image. I want to show you this. Okay. So take a look at this. Exactly, sharpshooter. You can take a trend trade and then you can take a fade trade immediately back to back. Now you can see this trade. Okay. This is clearly a nice fade. This is a reversal trade that's coming off the setup. You're going to notice the stops and targets are very tight, very quick, very in and out of the market, very easy. Time in the market is very, very small. Okay. That's actually a large target for me. When I look at this, I would actually look for shorter targets. Yeah. So here's another example of a quick short, and then automatically, boom, boom, you get the reversal, and then you get the trend trade. Why? It has to do with the price action leading into both setups. So we're going to get into the logic around this. We're going to get into why the strategy does what it does. We're going to get into how it does what it does. It works very well on the S&P, Ken. Yeah, it works on any single market. What I really want to do, Jeff, I think Jeff's here. I'm not sure if Jeff is here or not. Is Jeff here? Jeff Zimmerman? I don't know if he's here. I think he might be in the audience. We'll take a look here. I'm going to take a look if Jeff is here. He is. So I'm going to promote Jeff to a panelist. That way we're good here. When you're able to, Jeff, one of the things that you and I didn't do, and I think we can do tomorrow, or you can do in the AMA tomorrow, is you can maybe do a test on volume charts. I really, really, really think this system will crush the market on volume timeframes. Why? Because you're getting the pattern, but you're getting the pattern supported by volume price. And so what I'd like to do is after the AMA and after everything, I'd like to run around to templates for volume charts because we did a round for time charts. But how many of you guys like to use volume charts? Type a yes if anybody's here using volume charts. This system works on variable range bars, right? Variable range bars mean that the candles have to be different size, right? You're not going to get this you could get it on range and Renko, but it's not going to be the same. Okay. So it's exceptionally good on time charts, but I would think it would be very, very good on volume charts. We just didn't spend a lot of time testing volume charts, but we will be able to do that here for you guys. Yeah. And we can put together some templates. So here's a great example of applying the setup, also using the slope filters inside of the algo engine. I don't know about you, but like that's profitability, really profitability. Like what we're doing is we're also this is a filter that's in the algo engine that you can choose to use it or no. Like it just depends on if you want to engage the strategy. What this means is it won't take trades unless the slope of the market is in the direction. So this will be really good for defining mean reversion trades or also trend trades. So if you're taking the trend setups, a good example would be is that in a trending market, you can set the slope filter so that we don't take trend trades when the market's going like this. We only take trending trades when the market's going like this. So a slope filter allows us to really put in place strength of trend, which is not done with EMAs or momentum. This allows us to add, and it can also be for capitulation, right? We have the ability to only take trades when we're at the extremes. And this is something that is done inside the algo engine that a lot of traders don't even know exists. And we'll get into that in tomorrow's training session. Okay. So what we did was we filmed some videos. And the reason we filmed some videos is we want to show you working and actually taking trades. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play these. These are videos. So I'm just going to play them. And you can watch the strategy fire off. This will take a trade and it's going to execute, and it's going to enter its trade. You can see the stop and target are automatically paced based off the pattern. And this is just us filming the setups. And we'll go through these, and we're going to just go through video after video on this. And they're like time in the market, like just in and out, quick and easy trades, just super base hits. They're all about the base hits. Okay. Let's take a look at this one. So this one is with trend, and you're going to see here the market's going to pump down. You're going to see as the market pumps down into the trend, right? The EMAs are there to just tell us which side of the market to trade. You take the pump, and it basically gives you the actual trade setup and takes the entry. Completely different pattern logic than the first trade, and it's all to do with price action, and it's all to do with the setup. So this trade executed on that pullback, pulls in, and basically take that strategy trade, right? There's the target. Okay. So let's take a look at this one. So here's another example. This one took that first trade. We're going to come in here. So there's another setup, back-to-back trend trades based off the pattern. It really has a lot to do with the bar sequencing that's inside of the price action. It has a lot to do with just number of bars that lead into the pattern. It has a lot to do with how price enters the break of price on these patterns. But this is with trend, right? You could have engaged the system to actually fade this way and fade this way, all depending on how price led up in these legs. It all has to do with price leading into the setup. It all has to do with the way in which price trades and the way in which the bars and the highs and the lows are calculating for each of the setups. And we'll get into that tomorrow with the AMA. It's a pretty detailed conversation. Okay. Take a look at this one. So these are quick fades. These are fades. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get into this. This is going to give us another setup. So you can see price pumping to the upside. And then all of a sudden, as soon as price gives us the trigger, there it is. And then basically quick basis. Look how quick that target is. Like it's all relative to the pattern. And you're going to come in, you're going to get that, you're going to get a base hit. Right there it is. Time in the market. Look at these three setups. That's 1, 2, 3. The objective is not to be right about direction. The objective is to be in and out of the market quick and efficiently for quick scalps. These are base hit setups. Here's another example. We're going to take a look at this capitulation. So as the market pumps up, and there's the setup, pushes down. Look at tight stop, tight target. It's auto adaptive. They're volatility based stops and targets. So as the market is coming in, you're going to notice that the way that price action was trading inside of here, look at how tight these candles were. So as the market, the algo reads the price action, and it's going to auto adapt the volatility of the market. Why? Because that's what the system is designed to do. When you set it to volatility stops and targets, the way I like to do it, it really is an auto adaptive algo. Auto adaptive algos work in your favor because they work. Every market's got different periods of volatility. And what happens is in those periods of volatility, you may think, well, yesterday I had a stop like this. Well, yesterday's gone, guys, and today's today, and the volatility today is not yesterday. So you need to be adaptive to the price action at the current moment of the setup. Every setup is going to have different size stops and targets, and we're going to set the risk per trade so that your stop loss and position sizing adapts. Okay. So here's another example. This is a lot more volatile. The market's a lot more volatile. Why? You can see the stop and target. You can also see the size of the candles, right? So take a look at that. So the stops and targets should be a little bit bigger on this setup just due to the fact of price action. Okay, so you're going to be able to see here. There's a setup. Boom, boom, boom. Nice quick target. Boom. In and out of the market. Now you're going to see, okay, you're going to see something here. Look at the size of these candles leading into the setup versus the size of the candles leading into the setup. What's the difference? Way bigger stop and target, way smaller stop and target. Why? Because that's what the system is designed to do. It's auto-adaptive to market conditions. Why is that important? Because that's everything. That is everything. And if you're going to run an algo, it needs to auto-adapt to the conditions, especially when setting volatility stops and targets. Okay. Here's another setup. And keep going. I mean, I can keep going all day. Like the strategy just hits trades. Like it's just great. What's nice is it's easy. It's clean. You don't have any indicators. You don't have anything. Auto-adaptive, Jason, is part of the algo engine. It's actually not part of the actual signal. The signal is all relative to proprietary price action filtering, but the auto-adaptive aspect is what it is it's actually part of the stop logic. Stop logic is programmed into the algo engine, so it's actually part of the core engine. Yeah. Good question, though, Chase. So that was a quick scalp. Look at how quick these targets are, right? Now, pay attention to this. Why is the stop loss here and the target here? Because the size of these bars leading into the setup were larger, right? That's important, right? It's important. So we will be teaching this tomorrow in the AMA, and that's a big part of tomorrow. Time to win. So who wants to win a free license? I know that's a rhetorical question. People say I'm crazy for even asking it, but let's go into a poll here. So give me a second here. We're going to run a poll. Okay, so you guys have 1 minute to fill that poll out. Everybody who fills that poll out will then get entered into a draw. We'll announce the winners. Unless you have a Peter, are you using a different draw for this, or are we just going to use the poll? I think Jim's not here today.
I think Jeff has a link for a giveaway link.
Jeffrey does?
Jeffrey does, yeah.
Jeff, are you here, mate?
Yep, I'm here. Hang on, let me find it.
Okay, so give me a second, guys. We're gonna do a different method. We're gonna announce the winner now. So we're just gonna end that poll. So we're gonna end that poll, and we're just gonna announce the winner now. So that'll be better. So we'll get Jeffrey to put that link in there now, and we'll do that. So while we're going to do that, okay, while you're pulling that out, guys, while you're pulling that out, I'm going to load something here, guys. So bear with me. Okay. I'm going to load something. So I'm just
Okay,
going to,
you should have the link in the chat.
so everybody here, can everybody just fill out that survey and fill out the survey. So bear with me, guys. While everybody's filling out that survey, I'm going to load something here. Can everybody see the link in the chat box? I'm on my laptop because I'm traveling right now. So I'm going to basically make sure everybody can see that. You guys got that? Perfect. Give me a second here. Got it. Great. So just fill it in, guys. Fill it in. We'll give it a minute or two so everybody can fill in that poll and got the link. Great, Bradley. Great. So I'll let you guys announce that. And so bear with me here, guys. Jeff actually has a different, what we did, Jeff, and I don't think I have your desktop here loaded, but I'm going to have mine. And so what Jeff and I did in the actual preparation for these templates is we tested 1 minute timeframes and 5 minute timeframes. Why? It's just really good day trading timeframes, right? And I spent most of my time on the 5 minute charts. I was really looking for really solid time to setups. And what I want to do is I'm going to show you, I have two templates that we're going to give you guys for gold and the Russell. I focused on gold and the Russell. Tomorrow, Jeff's going to show you his ES templates and the NASDAQ templates. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on pure reversals. So give me a second as I load the, give me 1 second here. I'm going to load this. Perfect. So I'm just going to run a back test. I just had to reload Tickblaze. I'm going to show you this. And give it a second here, guys. Well, it actually depends. Great question, Francis. He's actually asking a great question. Francis is Bradley is asking, do you recommend the 5 minute compared? Well, it really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. So I want to show you some really solid reversal trades that happen, and these trades happen a couple times a day on the 5 minute chart. Okay, we're gonna talk about this. Can you guys see my chart for a second? Okay, can everybody see here for a second? So what this setup does, we're going to look at two different back tests here for a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this. We're going to go into it. A second here. Let's do this. Okay, so this is the 5 minute chart on gold, and this is actually for the last couple months. So like this is like, I didn't have time to run it yesterday because I've been traveling, and my wife and I are packing up because we're moving for the winter down south, go get some warm sunshine. But the point is that I ran this. This was all last week, right? This is all last week's data. I mean, this is the week before, and this is the week before, and you can kind of see like very, very rarely do we have consecutive losses. Like, and these are daily losses, right? Now we're talking, you guys can understand what this tells you. Like this is since the end of August to now. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. And this is on the 5 minute chart of gold. Okay. And what this template's doing is it's looking for massive capitulations. And what we're doing, each template can do different things. So let me explain something. Okay. We have this strategy can be set up to take massive capitulation reversals, boom, like this, or it can be set up to take reversals. Okay. It can be set up to take trend trades, right? It can be set up to take reversals and trades on both sides of this. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to build a couple different templates that could be given to you guys for different scenarios. Yeah, this is a scalp. This is not a big trade, Joe. This is a scalp. It's a scalp here. So this template is this scalp right here, okay? And if we go in and we actually take a look at the actual chart for a second, I'm going to show you some examples. So this is not looking for huge trades. This is looking for the highest probability trades. Like, do you see large time in the market? Right here. Do you see me being in the market for a long period of time on this chart right here? This is by design. Like, nope. Do you understand that? Like, I am looking for a specific pattern that repeats itself on a consistent basis. And when it hits with an extremely high profit factor and a very, very high success ratio. Why? Because as a prop trader, I want to be in, I want to size up, and I want to be out. If you took this trade, trading 5 contracts on 10 accounts, this is incredible. Why? Because I am not in the market for less than 1 bar. I'm in the market for 1 bar. Yeah, 1 bar. And that's all I care about. One bar. Like up and to the right, guys, this is the whole point of this system, is that I'm looking for specific patterns with this algo. Now, Jeff's got other templates because we specifically tested different markets using different templates so that we could produce exceptionally powerful alpha. Do you guys care what trades you take on which markets, or do you care about making lots of money? If I said, hey, here is a really, really, really solid template on gold, go trade it. You don't really care, do you? You want alpha. This is alpha through and through. Okay. This is weeks and weeks of quant testing on this system because this is probably one of the most profitable price action systems we will ever build. Why? Because just based on how it operates. Okay. Let's go in and take a look at, this is gold. Okay. Like how many of you guys would like to just trade like that for gold? Like winner, winner, chicken dinner. You don't even need to do anything. You just turn it on and then just freaking watch YouTube. Because the market is going to be in and out, like boom, you're going to catch a trade and you're going to be out. Like take a look at the time in the market for this. That's it. You don't, and look where my stop loss is. Do you understand that? Tight stops, tight targets, really, really, really high probability setups. You want to know why? Because that's the way I designed it. I don't want to be in the market. You say, yeah, but Sean, we could have got all that. No, you can't. You cannot get all that. You want to know why? Because that's not happening today, tomorrow, last week. Every day that's not happening. But I can promise you that this is happening very, 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 very often. That's the difference between making a whack load of opportunity versus being the guy that you don't want to talk about because you're embarrassed that you can't make money. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to run a different test. This is on the Russell, and we're going back months. Okay, months on the Russell. Okay, the Russell. I love the Russell. How many of you guys trade the Russell? I highly encourage it with this template because this template is wicked. So we're going to go back to the end of May. Perfect. So we're just going to test the Russell here. Let's give it a second. It's got to do a back test. Phyllis, Jeff Z, and maybe Jeffrey in here. Jeff Z, can maybe we reach out to Phyllis and just give him a helping hand? He's definitely an algo trader. He just had some issues with NinjaTrader going over to Tickblaze, and we'd be more than happy to help you, Phyllis.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, can you do me a favor, Phyllis, and put your email in the chat box? We're the only ones that can see it, so don't worry. And then we'll have one of our team members reach out to you, help you out. Yeah, not a problem. Anybody in here that needs help, our team will be more than happy to help you with technology setup and anything like that. Not a problem. Okay, so profit factor 3 on this. Okay, we're going to go into this and we're going to talk about this. Let's just go over here. So this was the Russell. Okay, and this is since May. Okay, and there's going to be periods of time on some of the setups. This is all about expectancy. Like all last week was just every single day was profitable last week, like 5 back-to-back-to-back days of profitability. Some days you have massive days, right? Big, big strings of wins, like major, major winning streaks. And then you have a couple of days where you don't take trades. Why? Because maybe the pattern didn't happen. Who cares? That's the whole point of having a gold template and a Russell template. But what I'm doing is this is on the 5-minute chart on the Russell. And we're going to go back in and take a look at this. Well, we have different templates. Good question. We have different templates for the S&P and the NASDAQ. We've got other scalping templates on the S&P and the NASDAQ that Jeff's going to be doing tomorrow in the AMA. I just didn't have them loaded on this desktop. I have them on a different computer. So let's take a look here. Okay. Russell templates. Okay. These templates. Okay. So up and to the right. Okay. A lot of trades, right? In certain periods of time. Let's go over the last week and just take a look at time in the market. So what I would recommend, okay, I want to tell you something, okay? This strategy is not designed to impress you. This strategy is designed to make money. And you say, well, what the hell does that mean? Okay. What I'm going to tell you is that if you're able to extract super accuracy with high probability of profitability, okay, I only need 1 or 2 trades per market. I would rather have 1 or 2 trades on gold today, 1 or 2 trades on the Russell today, 1 or 2 trades on the NASDAQ today, run all templates simultaneously and just monitor them. So what I would do, and this is what I would do, and not that what I would do matters here, but I think I have some type of a positive influence, is that let's say I have 4 monitors. I would set up a gold chart on like a 5-minute. I would set up a Russell chart on a 5-minute. I would set up a NASDAQ. I think, Jeff, are your NQ templates on the 1-minute or the 5-minute?
It's a 5-minute.
Jeff's, oh, he went switch to the 5-minute. Fantastic.
Just the NQ. The others are 1.
And the ES is a 1-minute?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how I would run it. I would set up NQ, GC, Russell on the 5-minute charts and run ES on the 1-minute. And you're going to normally get 2 trades a day. Maybe, I don't know on NASDAQ, I don't know how many trades a day you're getting, but maybe let's just say 2 trades a day. Okay. And these trades, I can't say speak to the S&P because that's Jeff's template and he has more stats on that and he'll do that tomorrow. But rather than sitting there trying to force a bunch of shit out of a market when the market's not giving me the right patterns, I would rather just in the morning, turn on the quant desktop, load the desktop, hit play, and then just watch the markets, because the pattern, we never know when the pattern's going to exploit itself. It could happen in the morning, it could happen, but the pattern's going to do what it's going to do. And those patterns make moolah. Why? Because they're designed to extract what they were built to do. Does that make sense? And they're not going to do anything else. They're going to do exactly what you program them to do. And so I'm here to tell you that if you could take 5 to 6 trades every single day with a 3 profit factor on the data, like, tell me if that's something that you guys would be okay with. Like that's exceptionally good statistics with very low drawdown, with very low time in the market, with very high accuracy for prop trading. You'll never be at risk of blowing the trailing drawdown because you're not in the market for more than 1 bar. You understand this? This is why we built this system for prop traders. And it was designed to keep you out of the market. You say, what the hell are you talking about? Because you in the market's not a good thing. This system in the market's a good thing because it's only going to be in, it's going to hit when it hits. That's it. And then you add a contract. So you trade this for a week or 2. You start seeing, okay, wow, the setup hits when it hits. I'm really confident I'm adding a contract. And it keeps going. Okay, I'm adding a contract. You get to the point where you size up because you believe in the system. Let me explain the problem we all talked about earlier. The big believe, not bullshit, belief. You're not going to size up your trading business unless you believe in it. The only way you're going to believe in it is if it takes less trades and has more probability. That's a given. Because the more you start trading and the more you start taking excessive risk and start trading into drawdowns, the less and less you're going to be profitable, right? And so I'm here to tell you right now that, you know, if we look at the actual markets, like Jeff's got templates on the NASDAQ and the S&P, but this is the, like, your ability to size these trades up will be surely based off of how well you follow simple direction. Right. And I'm not meaning that in an arrogant way. I mean that in a, if I were going to take the strategy, I would go to the AMA tomorrow. I would set up my desktop so that I have 4 markets running. I would run gold. I would run the Russell. I would run the NASDAQ and I would run the S&P. I would watch Jeff on how he sets up the NQ and the S&P. And then basically what we would do is I would run the 5-minute templates that I built because these are just freaking insanely great, right? Does everybody understand that? I am here to give you a recipe for success. I'm not here to just sell you some sizzle. Like if I'm going to deploy strategies tomorrow, this is how I would do it. So I would literally run the, I would actually put all 4 of them here. So what we'll do, Jeff, is maybe we can build a desktop with all 4 of them. Maybe get that sent out on the download page, maybe in the next day or 2 for everybody. And then what we'll do is like I have my 2 here. And then what we'll do is we'll add the NQ and we'll add the S&P. And then you can just turn them all on. So the way it works with live trading with Tickblaze is super, super easy. Okay. We're running back tests and we're going to do all this. But in live trading, let's say I have 4 templates here. I'm just going to duplicate these for a second, just to show a demonstration of what it'll look like. Okay. This will be, pretend that this is after the AMA tomorrow, and there's the 4 markets here. Okay. The 4 strategy, right? One will be gold, one will be Russell. Let's just change this to NQ. I'll just show you this now. NQ 5-minute. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll just do this on the S&P. We'll just do ES 1 minute. And this is how it'll look when it's all done. Okay. So you've got 5-minute, 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 and then you got the 1 minute. Okay. What you do is you come in here and you go to live trading, click on live trading. Okay. I like to load at least 5 days back because I want to see some historical data. I want to see historical data. Okay. Now we're going to change these to the front month contracts. I'm going to show you why this is so important. You can't take trades on continuous contracts. So you're going to run the front month. Don't do that. Do that. Okay. So let's just do this. I'm going to set these up. I'm going to show you exactly how to deploy the algos, so you know how easy this is to set this up and start trading it. Okay. So this is the Russell. So let's do RTY. So we'll give you the templates. You don't have to worry about that. We'll give you the templates. Okay, which you can plug and play and you can run it. Now I encourage everybody to run their first day in sim just to get their bearings. And then once that's done, so that's RTY. Let's do NASDAQ. Take symbol. Let's do the symbol. Let's just run the NQ. Is everybody following along here? We're going to do this together in the AMA tomorrow. I'm going to show everybody how to set these live algos up, and we're going to run them. Okay, data series, let's run it. A symbol, let's change this to an ES. Just like that. Okay, so now I've got all my markets, right? And I'm just going to put GC a minute. And we're going to have RTY. So that's how it would look if I were to run the algos, okay? I would have all my 5 templates. Jeff will prepare this for everybody as a desktop. I will run it as a desktop. So this is a desktop. Now you can run them as 5 independent desktops. One thing you can do with Tickblaze is you can break these into 4 independent desktops where you can run 1 strategy per desktop, or you could run all 4 strategies in 1 desktop. To keep things simple, I would run them all in 1 desktop. Okay. And basically I'm just going to hit live trading. I'm going to hit start and it's going to basically populate. Give it a second. It's live now. So it's just going to load the tick data. It's got to calculate the tick data. Give it a second. Once it goes into the tick data, then basically what ends up happening is you can just go to workspace. And I'm going to explain how you run the algos. This is super, super easy, guys. Way easier than Ninja, way easier than all the other platforms. We're built for algo trading. This is why it's so sexy, is because once you have sexy templates, it really is easy to trade automated systems. A lot of traders get nervous about automation because they don't understand how to do it. Tickblaze is the most user-friendly algo trading platform in the business. So we're going to show you how effective this is. Give it a second to load. It's just loading 5 days of tick data because I chose it to have 5 days. You could load 1 day and it only loads the current day, but I like to see several days of look back. Now, remember, I don't have the right templates loaded for all these. I'm just using this as a demo, but this is how easy it is to set up an actual algo desktop and then basically deploy the templates that we build. Now, Jeff will run an AMA tomorrow morning and we'll go over all this, but give it a second here. It's just loading tick data on the NQ because it's a beast. How many of you guys are following along with me? Type a yes. I like to just do a demo and show you how to really deploy these because it is easy. What's not easy is finding profitability in strategies, right? What's not easy is finding profitability in strategies. And we did all that for you. We've found the alpha for you, and we've built the alpha for you. We will give you the algo. We will give you the pre-built templates. It's just sometimes traders just need to know how easy it is to set up in Tickblaze. We'll give you this desktop. Give it a second here. Just got to load. There it is. So it's loading. So now what we've done is it's live. So this is live. And so what you do, this is actually live. So if this strategy actually fired off a setup here, it would execute the trades. Does everybody understand that? It would actually, it says strategy controlled chart. The Springboard Algo is here, right? And basically we just deploy it, right? Now you can leave this here, right? And you can set this up, but then you just click on the tabs. You just look at the charts. This strategy is trading, right? There's the Russell moving slow, but it's moving, right? NASDAQ, is the NASDAQ moving right now? Okay. Probably not, because it's 3 in the afternoon and you guys get the point. But these are the 4 markets. So what I do is I set it up. Okay. I set it up. And we're going to go like here. ES, NASDAQ. Let's just do the NQ. Come here, Russell. Come here for Russell. And then basically here. Right, gold. Okay. So essentially, I just would watch these. I would just click here, click here, click here, click here. Or what you can do is you can actually spread them out and, you know, you can detach them and you can do all that stuff. But the point is they're tabbed interfaces. So if you're running them as a desktop altogether, you can just toggle back, click through them, check out the trades, just like that. Just wait for them to execute. Or what you can do is you can run them as independent desktops. And as soon as the strategy hits, it just executes the trade, and you can do that. Now, you can build a desktop independently, just have a new desktop, and then load the strategies. But Jeff will build this out for you so that you have everything here. And then what you can do is, as long as that's running, you can just come here and just watch the strategies. You just run that just like that. You don't even need to do anything. Just watch this dashboard. And when a strategy fires off, it's going to execute the algo. And you'll be able to just watch. You don't even need to watch the charts because, like, who cares? The strategy is going to do what it's doing. Just watch this dashboard. Does that make sense? Like, this is a portfolio of all your markets watching a portfolio of algos. That's the whole point of Tickblaze. And you just go watch it. Now, you'll set up your cash balances. It'll be connected. You can connect to Rhythmic or Interactive Brokers or whatever account you want to set it up. Most of you be using Rhythmic or, you know, for prop firms, right? But the point is that, like, that's exactly how I would deploy this tomorrow morning if I were to deploy this desktop. Make sense? Hopefully that makes sense, you guys. I want to show you how easy it is to basically deploy what we have, because a lot of traders, they come to these events and they get excited, but then they're like, okay, well, how do I deploy this? How do I actually start making money with this, right? And that's where we come in, and our job is to help you make it super user-friendly, okay? Does that make sense, guys? How many of you guys are excited? Let's announce the winner here. I can't remember who. Somebody announced it. Who won the winner?
The winner is Doug Tyler.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner, Doug. Good job. Good job. Congrats. Okay. So how many of you guys enjoyed the presentation? Yes? Okay. We're going to go over pricing right now. We're going to go over how to get access to the system, what comes with the strategy, what comes with the software, everything that's covered with training, the templates, etc., what promos we're running, what discounts we're running, and then how to get up and running, how to get it installed, how to get access, how to work with us, and then ultimately, that's the whole point of us being here. Okay, so we're going to go over pricing now, and then let's get into this. Okay, so we do big discounts on launches. Why? Because it's the exciting time for us to deploy the strategy to market, right? We have a lot of systems that are built and scaled and sold. Not all of them are equal. Not all strategies will do what this system does. Very few can do what this system does. Time in the market is the advantage of this system, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what's included here, okay? So the algo engine is the backbone to profitability in combination with the actual signal, which is the Springboard signal. This technically should be 14 grand, not 1400, because it takes a month for us to build and test the alpha across all of the templates. All of this is included in the algo. Technically, all of this is just part of it. The actual most profitable aspect of this is this, because we're providing you the pre-built alpha templates, and these all come as part of the software. Now, we do have documentation, but one of the things that we often get asked is, can we get help installing it? I'm new to Tickblaze. I want to use it. I'm a Ninja user. I use other platforms. Can somebody help me? The answer is yes, 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 and yes. But the big backbone is this, the training that's coming with this. We have a really, really big, well, our model is about deep dive algo training in the AMAs. Like tomorrow morning, Jeff, our head of development and R&D, is going to be running the AMA. And let me tell you, like Jeff has been doing this for longer than I've been alive, probably. No ploy on Jeff. You're not old. You're not old, brother. I'm just making jokes here. But all jokes aside, guys, Jeff is the reason why these algos exist. We work with him and the team and the developers. He's going to be spearheading the AMA tomorrow to work with you guys in training, how to set up the desktops, how to backtest, how to optimize, just learning everything in part of that. This is worth a lot more than $1,000, but you guys get it as part of the package. And so ultimately, we will give you 84% off. Okay, 84% off the strategy. Systems like this and the strategy implementation, there's a lot of vendors that will sell these for 5 and 10K packages. We don't do that. So if you're really, really trying to get access to something that's very, very successful, take the opportunity when it's presented, because these algo launches are when you get the best bang for the buck. Okay. And so it's only available for 24 hours, guys. This promo is only for today and going into tomorrow morning. So you guys, it is a part of our strategy around helping traders, is giving you the best deal. But after that, all bets are off, right? Like this costs us hundreds of thousands of dollars to build out the teams, the resources, the development, the time. So if you're going to get access to these systems in our marketplace, this is the time to do it. Okay. And there is nothing like the Springboard. Like I'm here to tell you right now, like there's a lot of strategies that have been built and will be built. Nothing will be the Springboard. The Springboard is your answer to very, very, very high probability scalp trades, especially for prop trading. Now, Jeff's got other templates. He's got trend trading templates. He has other templates. I'm more interested in the diamond in the rough. And that's what I spent a lot of my time on, is producing the best capitulation and the best base hit trades, so that I can be dropping the ball and getting very high probability setups. Does that make sense? So we're going to go over this here. Now, tomorrow the AMA is in the morning, 8 a.m. Eastern. Be there or be square. Jeff's going to go over all of the settings, all of the back testing, the optimization, all of the live market deployment. He's going to break down the desktops and how this works. He'll spend a lot of time with Q&A. And the best part is, if you're not using Tickblaze, you don't have to pay for it. The platform's actually free to download. If you're here from a prop firm partner like Prop Shop or some of the other prop firms we work with, you guys can get the platform for free. If you are with a prop firm, you'll already have Rhythmic data. If you're not with a prop firm, we have many data partners that we work with for real-time data, but the platform doesn't cost you any money. You don't only have to just go to tickblaze.com. Okay. And yeah, there's a lot of resources here that, yeah, so ultimately, let's just make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so a couple things that you can take advantage of is the community. So if you click on the community, you can just go here and just type community. So Tickblaze has an open source community where you can actually get access to all of a bunch of traders and posting their trades. And this is all lots of traders in here. And there's a whole bunch of cool stuff in here for you guys to play with. That's all there for you guys. You can just click on community and get access to that. If you want, today we're doing the marketplace. So if you go over here to the shop page, you're going to see that there are a lot of products in here. Today's algo launch is a part of the marketplace. So you'll be able to see the premium algos, click on algos, and ultimately you'll be able to see that today is the Springboard Algo, right? You can see it here. We have other automated systems here. However, if you are looking to learn the platform, you can come down here and you can come into video training and click on manual trading. I like to go here and just go to the YouTube channel, Tickblaze's YouTube channel. And basically what this does is this is the Tickblaze YouTube, and there's a lot of playlists in here. So if you're looking at manual training here, if you're looking at strategy training, this is a great playlist to watch if you want to learn how to use the strategy platform side in and of itself. Okay. There's a lot of indicator playlists. There's a lot of stuff on algos and all of that stuff, right? So there's a lot of cool stuff in here you guys take advantage of, and you guys can have fun going through the videos, right? And then therefore, that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions from a support perspective, you can always contact us and get in touch with us. And if you want to download the platform, join Tickblaze for free. It's plain and simple, pretty easy, right? So I think that's it. I think we've hit our mark. Great work, team. Jeff and the team over in the developers, great work. I'm going to end the poll. Jeffrey, you've got a fairly decent sized amount of group of traders that want some callbacks, so we'll get in touch with them here after the event. And Tickblaze with a B. Tickblaze with a B, Ruben. Yeah, Tickblaze. Yeah, so let's go back here. I'll just put the link in here for you guys. Yeah. Tickblaze, yeah. And if you want the YouTube channel, it's right here. Yeah, right there. And then here, if you want the community, you just click here to community. You just click there. These are the links for just some of the cool resources you guys get access to. Just free. Like there's a lot of cool free resources. You want to check out the marketplace. There it is. Right there it is. For those of you that are new to Tickblaze. Yep. Cool. Well, traders, enjoyed being here. Enjoyed the presentation. Hopefully you guys enjoyed learning from algo trading and everything in between. So hopefully you guys got a lot out of it. And yeah, looking forward to having you guys